So we're here at Cape Town in the V&A. The boats have just completed leg 2. We've got a working week to get these boats turned around. Historically, this stopover is very important from a maintenance perspective. One, just to the miles the boats have done and the conditions you come into Cape Town with. But then we've got a slightly different leg where we're back into the Southern Ocean for the first time in quite a few races. And the boats will be tested, absolutely, in every capacity. So we want to make sure that the boats are absolutely, fit for purpose, and they won't be giving the teams any issues. They're on their way to Melbourne, and again, Melbourne is a pit stop. There's none of this what you've got going on behind us, and then from there the boats move on up to Hong Kong. So there'll be about 14,500 miles before these boats get the opportunity to get out of the water again. The first 4 days are probably the most important, and key to that is to getting going. We also have a lot of non-destructive testing happening here in the first 2 or 3 days the boats are out of the water. Days 3 and 4, you just watch the output of work from the guys. It's absolutely incredible. And then the last 2 days, you're on the back end of more the cosmetic work. They're dealing with appendages, keels, paint work, polishing, surfacing, all that kind of stuff, getting ready to relaunch. The schedule we have, like to say 7 days out of the water, sounds like a long time. In reality, it's not a lot of time. We have 7 Grand Prix boats that all need to get back into mint condition. We have quite a regimented checklist that we go through the boats. Each boat has up to 400 jobs that are just part of the basic service that we provide all the teams, and then on top of that, there's any of the damages that we find caused from the leg that they've just done. We're not doing one boat at a time, we are doing 7 boats simultaneously, and to be able to leapfrog from boat to boat and to be able to fit and squeeze all these hours in, it's not a simple task. Fortunately, all our suppliers chip in here. It becomes one big family down here, and without the support of all those guys and their contribution to what happens at every stopover, we wouldn't get through the size and scale of the work that we do. Right now, our default team get through a mountain of work, but as having that top up from our suppliers is what brings the job home and gets us boats launched on time and the boats in the best possible condition to start the next leg. The paint work now being one design, one of the big things the teams focus on. So a lot of work goes into all of that. Obviously, Axon Nobel, the support from them is obviously a huge part of how this all happens. We've got all 7 boats now back in the water after the Cape Town service period. It's been a pretty brutal schedule, but everyone's got through all the work as we needed to be. Right now, I think the guys want to give the boats a pretty good shakedown before we leave here in Cape Town. It's 6,500 miles to Melbourne, and I think the boats are going to be pressed pretty hard in the Southern Ocean.